Okay, now I am cozy. I hope I'm not gonna burn the house. Bonjour fragrance lovers, this is Clemence. I talk about fragrance and welcome back. Early approaching Christmas and you might think, when am I gonna gift to someone? I got you. This video, as you can see by the little icon at the beginning of the video, is sponsored by Parfumeur. I'm quite happy with this collaboration, guys. I don't do a lot of collaboration, but when I do it, I make sure that it's with brand I really love. It's not the first time that I'm talking about Parfumeur. I actually did one dedicated video, if not two, I think, one in French as well. I love the aesthetic of the brand and I love the fragrances in general. I've got few of them, actually 301. That was one of my first sandalwood fragrance. It's an ambery one, quite resinous, beautiful with cardamom. And I've got 702 that is more incense with lavender, very smoky. They contacted me to do a collaboration on one of a product that is going into their holiday Christmas collection. Ta-da! 30 mini fragrance. So it's actually the full collection of Parfumeur. Do you know what it makes me think of? When I've seen the picture, I was like, this looks like an olfactorium or a fragrance organs. You know, I've got one. I show you a few footage of it, but it's like not something you can order online. It's really difficult to get olfactorium. Well, with this, I feel like a perfumer. Also a great way to experience all the fragrance. Inside of each got a guideline. If you don't know Parfumeur, it's a very modern approach of fragrance. It still stays in the traditional perfumery. It's 100% French. It's unisex. You can like pick one and spray another one, do a lot of layering. It's a brand that really encourages creativity in your fragrance, but if you want to wear the fragrance alone, it's totally fine. They are beautiful anyway. It's all clean and cruelty-free. So I'm actually discovering a box with you. So I wanted to try stuff with you because there's some fragrance that I didn't try. I tried a lot of them because I've got some mini like this already. It's the first time I see the full collection, so I'm pretty excited actually to try. So you can see there's a lot of colors. It's not something that is picked like randomly. No, it's basically categorized by family of fragrance. So for me, like especially when you're a beginner or when you don't know the brand, it's really amazing to go to a brand and be like, okay, this is, you know, I like florals, so I'm gonna go to the light pink, you know, and I know this is something that I might enjoy. On each bottle, basically you have the 3 main accord notes that are present in the fragrance, so you can see if you're gonna like it or not, if you're attracted by the ingredient inside, which I think like many people should do more regularly, don't you think? Also have the touche of fragrance, olfactory blotters, if you prefer. Oh, and by the way, they gave me a code, so if you feel like you want to treat someone or treat yourself, you've got my link in the description box with the code. If you have that code as well in your cart, you are gifted a candle. Parfumeur was really a brand that I really liked at the beginning because it's funny when you smell the fragrance how much you can smell all the different ingredients, because the fragrance are 99% natural ingredients. I like when fragrances are clean composition, like, you know, like not overly complicated, something that you can wear every day, that is basically going to be a signature fragrance, for example. Okay, time to smell. I'm going to remove the glove. There we go. Do I have a pen? Yes, I've got a pen. Oh, I'm so organized. I'm not going to show you all my review of 30 fragrances because otherwise this is going to be a crazy long video, but I'm going to show you what I ticked at the end, definitely. So nice. And there's a lot, thank gosh. Like sometimes like I receive like discovery kit or like coffret and they don't put like olfactory touch. Like how am I supposed to try, you know, like normal day, me ranting about everything as usual. I'm French, okay? I like to complain. So I guess it's going to be very fresh. When it's written cologne, it's not meant to be long lasting. In America, usually when you refer to cologne, it's like something that is masculine and it's something that is extremely long lasting. France especially, when we say cologne, it refers to a concentration that is very light, very fresh, and doesn't mean to stay. It's there to refresh you. So you dip it like this. I would rather have all the time that, because you can smell much more the fragrance by dipping in, and this is really what, you know, perfumers do with their key ingredient rather than like spraying all the time. I'm a big fan of Orange Blossom because it makes me think a bit like of those baby perfume a bit. I just love it. Oh, that's a classic. 002. Oh my god, this is beautiful. I am pretty sure I remember my mom, she had a milk for the body that smelled a bit like this. So creamy, so clean. Hola! Gin, usually it's not my favorite drink. I'm more like a vodka person. On a fragrance, gives something very gentleman, no? It feels a bit meaty. That's 100. I've tried this one. I remember I really liked it. Yeah. It's like a very delicate, blossoming, spring-like fragrance. Like for me, like it puts a delicate personality, like very romantic. Very elegant because they added like white cedar note, so like it's quite woody at the same time, which is very clever. It doesn't make it like 100% cute, you know, it makes it quite classy. 103 Fleur de Tiare, Jasmine Hibiscus. Ooh, exotic! Exotic florals to me is like a bit sassy. Oh, that smells like a sun lotion. A bit coconutty, huh? It's the Fleur de Tiare that does that, the tiare flower. Oh, I love anything exotic. Okay, I like that very much. Tangerine Cinnamon Sandalwood. Oh, fresh, but the woody is very round. Oh my god, it's so juicy with the cinnamon. I've never smelled something like that. Oh, that's sexy, guys. Damascena Rose, Davana and Vanilla. Damascena Rose is a very specific flower. It's a very fluffy rose, a little bit sweeter to me. That's beautiful. It feels nearly like a beauty product to me. Powdery. This is sexy, but all in elegance. Like a natural vanilla. It's not a sweet vanilla. Maybe a bit churchy. Oh, this is very sexy. Like it's like very mysterious, bewitching. You know that vibe? It's intoxicating. That's the definition of it. The plum gives something very boozy. I've got this one. I've got this one. Just remember, I've got a mini of this one. Very creamy, really round. If you love fragrance like Thierry Mugler, pulsing the licorice note, that smell like the whole cake is there. True gourmand, because it's sweet, but at the same time not sugary. It's more like the pastry-like. Oh,
I am sorry to interrupt, but madame, why are you eating the croissant with fork and knife? Why?
I love that. It smells like a dessert. Okay, this one is incredible. It's a very addictive smell. Okay. vegetal intensity, that's what they're saying. So 601, let's go. Dry woody for me directly, as I feel like this is so gentleman. It's exactly that. Pepperish, this one. Aftershave like, a little bit vintage. So that with a tweed suit. It's an incense, lavender, cashmere, wood. So good. It's really intense actually. The lavender is really strong with the incense with this one. It's very relaxing. Aromatic freshness. The coriander. You smell a lot. Cypress and eucalyptus. That makes me think of the mountain. Actually quite sensitive to Aquatic. I know it's a difficult note, especially when you smell too much like the sea. People can be repulsed by it. I love it because I am from the seaside. It does remind me the oceanic vibe and it makes me think of my hometown. It smells like clothes outside of the washing machine. This very clean vibe. Grapefruit, so a bit juicy. Super marine. I see totally like the waves into the wild coast. That I like. Okay, this is Aquatic, but from a different part of the world to me. Like it's more this Asian. You're in a pond and there's a lot of lullabies. Again, I will see myself wearing that in a rainy afternoon. What is the special? I'm curious. Okay, that's very special. I can really smell the tobacco and the freshness of something. What is that? Armagnac. Blonde tobacco and cinnamon. It smells a bit like eucalyptus-like, nully minty. My god, my nose is going on a journey. You go through the whole olfactory family. Ah, there it is. I was feeling there was a oud missing. Very luxurious. I can smell saffron that gives a tiny bit spicy but also slightly luxurious sugar note. Do you know what? That's a proper oud. Huh? The oud is animalic. That's sexy. It's a beast. A bit earthy. I smell la vodka. I told you I'm more a vodka person. That's a cocktail. Vodka on the rock. So something very piney behind. This is just like the turtleneck guy at the bar. Yeah. Lovely. I love that. Okay, so after a long time smelling, I've got my top 5 fragrances that I absolutely love from this session. I'm not counting 301, I'm not counting 702 because this is fragrance I already talked about on my channel. And number 5 was 501. This is just a beautiful gourmand pastry-like, very sweet. One of the most opulent fragrance of all the range. 802. I just love that peony, lotus, soothing, pound, lullaby vibe. 103, definitely one of my favorite, just because I love the exotism of the cherry flowers. It feels fresh, but it feels quite sexy. And 302, again, an ambery fragrance. I just love the iris in there. The iris powdery violet lactone in a very warm, opulent, sexy amber. And number 1 is 401. The plummy, boozy accord of the fragrance is pulsing a lot. The cedar is quite dry and you get this vanilla that is intoxicating but resinous and dark. Like this mysterious personality for me, this character for winter, just to die for. Happy, my nose is completely full. It just felt like a full session where I was guiding my nose through all the different notes, all the different accords. This is something that I always say, like some people are like, oh, sometimes they're like, how can you guess what is in fragrances and how can you guess the different note? Well, those kind of things, training your nose is really important, especially when you have the occasion to try like very natural ingredient like this. An amazing tool. Okay, so I'm just reminding you that this video has been nicely sponsored by Bon Parfumeur. I thank them again so much for that. You've got my discount code here. You've got my affiliated link with the coffret in the description. So voila, I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a little comment. I want to hear your impression. If you ever tried Bon Parfumeur, please let me know. You like the video, you know it makes such a big difference for creator when you like the video. Thank you if you liked it, of course. If you don't like it, you know. Wish you a lovely, lovely day. Bye now.